Hello and welcome. I'm your host Livewire. This is Livewire, number 6 from Valiant. Man, 4 and 5 were a definite uptick. Like 4 was totally competent, 5 got me hyped for the rest, and this one, I know it's the start of a new arc, and that's a lot of the reason why it is the way it is. I gotta say, I didn't really enjoy reading a lot of it. We got a news report, summarizing like the last issue. Great way to start a new story arc, by the way. Yeah, recap like how the last issue ended so people know what's going on. That's totally legit way to do it. And I like that. Now who's watching TV? That's what really sold it to me. This girl is. Hmm. They call TV a hateful machine. And this guy on TV is totally, it's like they're making fun of Fox News. In fact, it's even really explicit about that. It's called Wolf News right there. Now, maybe in the Valiant world, television is a little different than it is in this world because you couldn't pick up this signal in our reality. That's not an HD antenna on top of the TV. Right there. Which means you can't pick up that signal because we don't broadcast analog standard definition signals anymore. So Livewire's in prison, they get her out, and they start talking to her. The lady running the show seems pretty nice. Now, granted, she's under armed escort and stuff, but she seems pretty nice. They're totally running a game, running a scam on her. Who's mowing their lawn? It's freaking 4 o'clock on a rainy day. Why are you out there mowing wet grass? What? I don't see them. Oh, they do this. They haunt me by mowing the lawn all the time. It's like some people's hobby up here. I feel like squirrel. And anyway, you can kind of get like the gist of what's going on. This is the part of the story where like James Bond is being led through the villain's lair, and then they go have dinner. Like that's what's going on here. And the boss lady sends her minion to escort Livewire up somewhere, and naturally, her minion wants to beat the crap out of her. And they have a pretty okay fight. Like I'm not gonna have any problems with the fight. Except somehow, at some point, Livewire, when she sees the little girl, is like, "Oh no, I have to show her that I'm not like them, that I'm better than them." Like getting your not like your noggin beat in. Like, how is that proving you're better than anybody? I have to prove I'm better. I have to submit. Okay, whatever. Kind of the thing I thought that was most interesting, and I realized it on a page. It was before Livewire said it. It's on. Oh, it was right here. Actually, it was on this page, this panel. I've realized this is basically where Livewire grew up. I mean, not this organization, but Toyo Harada's version of this thing, and she takes him to task for it through like every panel after this. Like every time it comes up, she lets him know what's up. It's like, you know, I've been through this already. I lived this. You're telling me you're not turning these kids into war machines? This is a promising start to a new story. The art does not have that goofy. This looks like the instruction manual out of a plane look that issue 1 had. I don't know why that ever went to print. The use of color is very interesting, especially when Livewire is using her powers. There's some major conflict brewing. Things are going to get lit. They're going to get violent. Well, they're already violent. They're going to get even more violent. And hopefully, maybe not the end of the next issue, the issue after that, Livewire tears that school down, like by releasing information about them, that kind of stuff. So I kind of like the dual threat aspect. There's a physical layer to the combat and an information layer. It's like a real war. Don't win unless you get both of those. You link them together real well, and you use them in concert. And that's kind of what Livewire's looks like it's going to go do. It's that kind of integrated combined warfare. Just to kind of go back to critiquing the book. I don't want to show the fight. Oh, the one thing I didn't like about the fight is there's no backgrounds in the fight. It's just all on black, and that's kind of lame. There's a lot of stuff in here that I really appreciate about the art. The facial expressions, how they change, how they look like real people. Surprise, indignation, being cool as a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce. Like, it's reflected well. The artist spent a lot of time doing faces. Or maybe that's not the wrong way to put it. The artist understands faces pretty well. The artist is no Luigi Teruel, but the artist does a pretty good job of it. It's actually this panel that is the one where I notice it the most because of the brow furrow. And then see the matching surprise on this face? Over here, this artist does something that I always like to see when an artist is drawing a mouth. There's a tongue in there. It's not just like pink. There's a defined tongue inside of that mouth. A lot of comics I've read don't bother with that. They don't show camera angles where it matters, or they just don't draw it. There was a webcomic back in the day called Queen of Wands, I think was the name of it. And the artist there always drew tongues. And it was one of the reasons I liked it, because that art, it was just that little extra kick up. I knew that the artist really cared. I knew the creator really cared about their work because of that. The writing is interesting because it's wordy where it needs to be wordy. The whole villain explanation stuff here. And then it shuts up when it doesn't need to say something. So the writer is aware of when you should just let the art do some talking and when you should let the words do the talking. Does that make sense? The words do the talking? I think that makes sense. Good example, probably right here. We got talk all over the place. One little whispered syllable accompanied by a look. Now, I'm going to admit I don't know their relationship. Maybe I should. Maybe it was explained in previous issues. Maybe I'm supposed to have read Secret Weapons before this, which I haven't. That's definitely one thing about jumping into this, is I'm missing information. But I seem to be coping pretty well with it. You all have a great day. Livewire has gotten a lot better since the first couple issues, and I think it's going to keep being a very interesting story. My main complaint is, boy, wouldn't it be nice if the cover art in some way reflected the quality of the art inside the book? Am I crazy? Am I a crazy man? Is that crazy? That's crazy. I know, that's crazy talk I'm talking. Alright, thanks for joining me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you next time. And, bye-bye. Yeah.